If you were to ask me how good I am at Minecraft, I'd say I'm pretty proficient. Fairly good. I know most of the mechanics, and I feel like I could get out of any situation that you'd put me into. Well, then I thought to myself, why don't I put that to the test? And then it hit me. I need to do Skyblock. I have to. It is a challenge that is absolutely worth my time. So, here's the thing. This wasn't the playthrough I wanted to do now. I had plans for a different one. And it's not going to work. So I'm doing something that's just as good. Let's talk about Hypixel for a second. Hypixel didn't create the original Skyblock, but they did release a very popular version of it. They're also in the process of making another really awesome game. It's called Hytale. I have it. It's on my laptop. The problem? My laptop can absolutely not run the game and record at the same time. Not possible, and unless I want to record it on my phone, which is a very, very odd experience that I tried doing and just does not work, I'm gonna have to do something else. So why not this? I mean, what is even Skyblock? And let me break it down for you. You start on a small patch of land. It's all the grass you're gonna see. You've got one tree on it, you have a chest that has a bucket of lava, an ice block, and a little bit of food. And you need to beat the game. Yeah, it doesn't sound simple anymore, does it? Instead of painting the canvas like the regular world of Minecraft, you have to make the canvas. In other words, you need to use that tree, and you need to make sure that you're creating a cobblestone generator. What is a cobblestone generator, you might ask? Because not all of you are well-versed in Minecraft. A lot of you probably are, but not all of you. Well, when you put lava and water together, you can make infinitely spawning cobblestone. But if you put it too close together, you make obsidian, and you ruin your run already. Yeah, that's right. This isn't going to be easy. And do you want to know how I know? I didn't make it off my island on my first 3 attempts. Why? Because I accidentally made obsidian on my first attempt. I realized that I messed up all my dirt blocks, so I was never going to get any grass anymore. And then finally, on my 3rd attempt, which I got really lucky and got some seeds, which would have been super nice for wheat, too bad, because I dropped my only sapling into the void. So no more trees. So I had to start again. So this isn't the story of the 1st, 2nd, or even 3rd run. No, this is the story of my 4th attempt at Skyblock. And this is the beginning. It started off just as well as the other ones did. I immediately dropped a dirt block into the void, which is one of my only dirt blocks that I get to start off with. It's not a great start, but it's salvageable. In my 4th attempt, I changed it up just a little bit. Instead of cutting the entire tree down first, what I focused on was making sure I had enough wood to make a pickaxe, because I needed to get a little bit of cobblestone to make a nice little safe area around the tree. Why? Because I need to make sure I collect every single drop possible from this tree. I want every stick, every apple, every sapling, and I don't want to lose anything. Because once I am able to get this as a renewable resource, I'm going to be good. I will have as many trees as I need, and I will have as much wood as I need. And I won't have to worry about that for the rest of the game. But I needed to solve the issue of making obsidian. And this is what I thought. If I create just a little dip in one of the water blocks, or one of the blocks that I've got the water on, then I can make sure it has a full stop right where I want it to. And that way, it doesn't flow all the way to the lava. And I can have the lava flow in to where the water touches. That way, I can safely make cobblestone, and I can sit there and mine it, and feel good about myself. And now that that's all said and done, I can chop down the tree and then make a few other tools. One of them being a hoe, because I have a couple things that I can use to create food. I have pumpkin blocks, which I feel like I need a little bit more in order to make more food. But I also have this watermelon slice. And what's nice about the watermelon slice is I can make watermelon seeds. And if I have one watermelon seed, I have a renewable source of watermelons. So there we go. I have the food all taken care of. I have most of my basic necessities. I'm good to go. And now here's the slog. Now, I normally talk over my videos while I'm creating them, but this time I'm going to have to dub over it. Why do I need to dub over them, you ask? Well, this is going to take hours and hours and hours to even make a little bit of progress. I want you to think about this for a second. I started on this little patch, and yes, I have the renewable means to build out, but if you look off into the distance, there's different islands. I'm going to have to start building off to every single one of these islands, and that's going to take a lot of time. And yeah, I'm not going to sit there and talk to myself for 8 hours if I'm not live streaming. So this is what we're going to do now. Also, shout out to this game mode because it has rave reviews from my fiance. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? And did somebody hurt you? And I'm not lying when I say when she saw me get to the first island, she was just as thrilled as I was. And then also just as disappointed when it did not help me. I found lapis on my first island. This is going to take a long time. I did notice something though, and it didn't click just yet, but it did click over time. I saw that mobs started spawning on the islands as I was getting close to them. And what I didn't think about is that I was going to need some of these mobs to spawn on my regular island. Well, we'll get to that. But first, I want to get to the second island. And just to let you know, I'm not on hardcore on this one because if I were to do everything on one life, I might completely fail. And while that is fun on live stream, that is not fun when you're just trying to make your first ever playthrough video. And trust me, this would have been terrifying if I was in hardcore. If you don't know what just happened, I got attacked by a phantom. And if you haven't played Minecraft in a while, if you don't sleep for 3 days straight, phantoms start appearing. It's these ghost-like creatures that fly around the sky and come down and attack you. And that one almost sent me over the edge. And if I get sent over the edge with something important like, say, my only bucket, I might be in trouble. Luckily, I'm pretty responsible about making sure that I only have the equipment I need on hand at any given time. And anything important doesn't ever come with me when I'm going to any other island. Which, you know, came in handy when I did this. Do you know what's sad about this death right here? I've found chickens, and you know what? Having some of their meat and having some feathers and everything and eggs would have been so nice because, you know, every little bit counts when everything is hard to get. But you live and learn, or you die and learn in this case. And this is when it hits me. When I'm far enough away, I can get mobs to spawn on the grass blocks. Why is this important? Well, what if I can get sheep to spawn and I can build a bed? That would be one less thing to worry about while I'm going through everything. And it can ensure that I skip the nights if I don't want to go through them. So I build, and I wait. And I wait. And I wait. Get cows. Nice. Get mules. Nice, I guess. Get horses. Even the wandering trader. Nice. But no sheep. Oh my god, there's sheep. But, of course, only 2. So I'm going to have to redo it and get more sheep. Which, luckily for me, did not take all that long. And finally, we have a bed. Which marks probably our most significant progress yet. And I need to be honest with you guys. This is probably where I'm going to end this episode. Because I'm going to make this a recurring series. Why? Well, what you just watched was 6 hours of playtime. I am not kidding. That was 6 hours of my life that I just put into this to make a bed. Wow. But you know what? It was a ton of fun. So if you enjoyed this and you're excited for the rest of the series, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you as I bash my head against a wall over and over again.